Recently, I was rewatching the entire season 2 of The Mandalorian, and I noticed something quite out of place. The finale was exciting and action-packed, and caught up in between the return of Luke Skywalker and the battle between Mando and Moff Gideon. It is no surprise that a lot of people might have missed this. But before I get into the video, please consider subscribing, and let's hit 100 subscribers together. During the Season 2 finale, I noticed that the color of the blaster fire from Bo Katan and her Nite Owls were red in color. Now you might be thinking, so what? Isn't it pretty normal that blaster bolts in Star Wars are red in color? Which is true, except that if you look back in Chapter 11, titled The Heiress, you will notice that the lasers that Bo Katan and her Nite Owls fire are distinctively yellow, a color that most Mandalorians used in the past. The yellow-colored laser bolts of the Mandalorian can also be seen repeatedly throughout the Clone Wars animated show. So why is it that here, during the rescue of Baby Yoda, Bo Katan and her Nite Owls suddenly have red laser bolts? Well, the most obvious explanation is that the SFX team that worked on The Mandalorian made a careless mistake. Although, to be fair, the mistake could have occurred as the amount of blaster fire during the finale was difficult and time-consuming to track. But of course, the straightforward and easiest explanation isn't really much fun. I think what would be more interesting is if we could find a in-universe explanation for the change. Can the SFX mistake be smoothed out by a canon explanation as to why Bo Katan and her Nite Owls are using red lasers? As of currently, we don't know what makes the laser blast turn yellow or a certain color, but what we do know is that the standard Imperial assigned weapons do emit the red color in laser bolts. The red color laser blasts are the most common form of laser blast there is in the galaxy, but again, the explanations of why laser colors are the way they are often murky, ranging from the type of gas that powers the blasters to the type of technology, and so the truth is there is no straight answer. So what else could explain why Bo Katan and her Nite Owls are using red lasers? Well, perhaps a clue as to what might be the reason can be traced back to Chapter 11 of Season 2. If you will recall, during this chapter, Bo Katan and her Nite Owls enlisted the aid of Mando to hijack an Imperial freighter in exchange for information on the whereabouts of Ahsoka Tano. And so, if you place close attention to the dialogue between the characters, you will realize that Bo Katan and her Nite Owls are conducting these hijackings to gather resources to free and liberate Mandalore, the homeworld of the Mandalorians. Which means that Bo Katan and her Nite Owls are stealing Imperial weapons and supplies. Therefore, this could explain why they were firing red lasers, as the ammo supply and the laser color that the Imperials used was red. So it would stand to reason that Bo Katan and her Nite Owls were using Imperial supplies during the rescue of Grogu, which is why they were using red lasers. But of course, the difficulty in determining whether this is correct or not stems from the fact that we don't really know how blasters work in Star Wars, which means that we can't really ascertain as to whether or not using Imperial ammo is the cause for Bo Katan and her Nite Owls shooting red lasers. I've tried to look online to see if there was any potential explanation as to why this is the case, but I haven't found any, so I decided to make a video of my own to provide a possible in-universe explanation for the change. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you notice that there were different colored lasers during the finale? What do you think about my explanation? Be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. I am the Lost Acolyte,
and I have spoken.